Welcome to my presentation about current cyber threats and how to mitigate them. First, a little bit about me. I have a bachelor in business informatics. I'm a member of the ISACA organization, the German chapter, and I'm there involved at the moment in a special interest group together with some members of the ISPE for supplier audits. The ISPE and ISACA, they're creating a new guideline how to do supplier audits, and I'm there involved at the moment because what is in GAMP, it's outdated. Then I'm also a certified cyber practitioner according to the German Cyber Security Alliance, also certified IT-Sicherheitsbeauftragter according to the BSI, Grundschutz and ISO standards. Yeah, and I'm working for Qualito since 2014. I hope that IT security is not what a government member of Switzerland said beginning this year. I translated, I don't protect my computer normally. I look only that it's not lying nowhere around. That's protection enough. Okay, you achieved physical security a little bit, not more. Okay, now come to my agenda. First, I will show you some figures about cybersecurity or cybercrime and the impact. Then we are showing a live attack map from Kaspersky. I will also ask you a question to this. The answer would maybe be interesting. It's really live. It could be that it's maybe different than yesterday. Then I will talk about threats from today, 1 year ago until now, which were in the news. It could that something is missing because it's so fast changing. When you really want to do an up-to-date presentation, open a live ticker and let it roll. Okay, then about business cyber threats, more clustered in four topics. Then I will show a live demo of some stuff where you also can participate actively. Some of you have the one lifetime chance to destroy a PC with a USB stick. It's possible. You will, and some of you can try it. And then I will give an outlook, my assumption, and also the assumption of the ISACA organization and the CIO magazine. And in the end, I will show you what services Qualito offered or can offer to you in regards to IT security and cybersecurity. And then we have a Q&A session. Okay, let's start with some figures. It takes 99 days in median, not in decree, in median, to detect an intrusion or data breach, which means when I break into your network today, it takes until mid-end of June that you know that I were in today. And that's already an improvement. 2 years ago, it was 172 days. Then the cost of cybercrime last year were $600 billion US. That's 0.8% of the global GDP. And that's the direct costs. Then another figures from a study of RAND, value at risk, that's everything which could be affected by cybercrime. It's direct impact at 6.6 trillion US, and indirect impact at 22.5 trillion US. And if you sum it up, it's 32.4% of the global GDP. That is a lot of money and a lot of value. And if this big attack happens, well, I would say we are back to the Stone Age. Okay, then here are some graphs. That's the businesses' value at risk, GDP, cost, direct and systemic. The most value at risk is in the business and professional services because you have their knowledge, which is in data. Then oil, gas, and chemicals. If you think of a pipeline, if this pipeline blows up by a cyber attack, you have a lot to do, clean the whole country yard and so on. Banking, not so much at risk because they are good protected. They know how to do it. And then other businesses, they're also very high at risk. And this is everything which is not listed here. And it's value at risk. There are also 2 other graphs which they're showing more on other topics from RAND. Okay. Yeah, now we are coming to the first question. What are the 5 most hacked countries in the world which are attacked, not attacking, attacked? US. Okay, let's start. Okay, USA. Next. Okay, that's enough. Now take a look. So we start with let's start with United States. 5th. Next one, Russia, number 1. That's from Kaspersky. Other vendors look a little bit differently. So then we have China. India. So then we move on to Germany. 2nd. Yep, 2nd. Yeah, 58. Maybe they're not attacking Switzerland due to the money which they have there, which is not legal. Okay. So then we're coming to what was in the news. We had there WannaCry, which I think is a very good name.
Sorry, just to which one are the 3 and 4?
Yeah, we can. The problem due to is a live.
You have to check every country? No.
Yeah. Brazil is 3rd and 4th. Sometimes you have it on the map, sometimes not. It's live data. It's sometimes very hard to guess. And most people would not think that Brazil is so strong attacked. Okay, yeah. Then come back. WannaCry, which I think is a very good name. Want you cry. The original one was WannaCrypt. But it's, for encryption, but it's better name. Here it's, it's a little bit, not Petya is more the common name. Then it's called Petya, Neptya. There are different names. Then political hacking, like the French election, the US presidential election. German election was not so under attack. And then also the upcoming midterm election in the US. Then the Equifax breach with text data from US citizens. Then Meltdown and Spectre. There will come more in detail later. And here are 2 which I'm talking about. One is bugs in the Intel Management Engine. For those who not know, the Intel Management Engine is an operating system of Intel CPUs, South and North bridges. And they had last year some bugs in the remote execution access, which means you can access the remote execution of an Intel system without authentication. And that was a bug in the AMT system, which is the remote access system. And there was, beginning this year, bug again in the initial management agent, but it was different sort of. And the other one is, I call it the famous Mac OS root bug. For those who of you have a Mac, maybe you recognized last year that you can enter the root account without entering a password. Enter root in the login screen, pressing sometimes enter, and you are in. That was a feature implemented by Apple. They fixed it. If you had the most up-to-date Mac OS version, then it was really fixed. If you had a little bit older version, you updated this patch and then upgraded to the newest version. This bug still exists. And then, beginning this year, Apple had another bug in this case, but it was not due to the App Store. Okay, then the first one, WannaCry. From my point of view, it was sabotage to destroy systems, not to really getting money. Then, for those who are working in the IT security area, you know already this CVE number. These numbers, they are used by IT security professionals to have a common language. What are we talking about? Because if you know normal names, it could be sound differently or named differently in different languages, the same bug, and that's the reason why you talk with numbers. And I have show you later a tool where you can already search for this number, and then you get also the info. Then it spread globally in May 2017. Yeah, that was a case of patch management didn't work properly. A patch was available since March 2017. You had only to install it, and then you were safe. The vulnerability behind was called Eternal Blue, leaked by the shadow brokers, leaked from the NSA. Okay, then more than 230,000 PCs in 150 countries were infected by WannaCry. One of the famous victims were the National Health System in Great Britain. They really run out of business. They could even do any healthcare services anymore due to WannaCry. It was a worm, like when you know the I love you worm. It was this kind of worm with ransomware. It spread from PC to PC like a worm and encrypted everything. Yeah, and it was a proof of concept from my point of view, because it was a badly implemented kill switch / test routine to see I'm in a virtual box. But behind WannaCry, the guys did their homework. They know, okay, they launched it on Friday evening. No, everybody's going to weekend. Nobody will be in the communities to mitigate the attack. I know from a client where I worked, they worked Saturday and Sunday to patch every laboratory machine because they normally were not patched due to vendor software issues. If you go to those of you who work in production, you know it. You cannot patch production systems sometimes. If they are in a separated, isolated network, good. If they are connected to internet, you have a problem. Okay, then 6 weeks later, some people didn't follow this advice. Patch it. They didn't done it. So then came NotPetya. Same like WannaCry. They used additional vulnerability. If you were attacked by this vulnerability, your fault. You didn't patch your systems. If you were attacked by this vulnerability, shit happens. Yeah, and this was also a little bit new. It was injected not via an email, via USB sticks or other things. It was injected via the update routine for software. If you had activated automatic updates for your PC, you got this. And it was a Ukraine accounting system. And I know a company, they were not hit because the guy who used the software deactivated the auto-update function. And he saw, oh, update available, oh, I look what it is, and he saw, oh, malware, oh, good, not install. This company were not hit, but other companies like Maersk, one of the biggest logistic companies, they lost minimum $200 million due to NotPetya. The next company, a competitor from companies sitting here, Merck & Co., Merck US, also known as Merck Schaub Dome or MSD, they lost minimum 275 million US dollar. I know from a good source that they lost minimum $1 billion US dollars. That's only the official reported numbers, which they have to report to their shareholders due to legal obligations and so on. But the real costs were much higher, and they had also production shutdown for 4 weeks. A company which producing chocolate in Lörrach, they lost due to not pay their production line for 2 weeks. They couldn't produce any chocolate. And for those who works in production, you know what it means. Production is stopped for a week or 2 weeks. It's losing really big money. Yeah, and as I told, some companies were temporarily out of business, like Merck, Maersk, TNT, another logistic company. They lost their whole logistics system. They had to purchase services from DHL and FedEx to still offer services to their customers. They don't know where the containers are. Even Maersk, they don't know where the containers are, which were shipped during this attack. They still don't know it today. Some they found it already, but other, maybe they were found in 10 years on a container which was lost due to this attack. You never know. And in regards to Merck, US, they lost 50,000 computers, normal user computers, 2,000 servers, and also their backups. They were really, sorry for this explanation, fucked. Okay, then, next one. This guy and the other guy on the shirt. Political heading. You know that there are some investigation about the influence from Russia's spies to manipulate the US presidential election and helped Donald Trump to get into power. You know the leak of the emails from Hillary Clinton, which could be maybe due to some Russians. You never know. In this area, you don't know who is who. You can false every trace. To find something, he must make a mistake that you know, okay, he is it. In regards to WannaCry, it is assumed that it was North Korea. Yeah, and the other one, yeah, the election themselves. And then there was another political big hack last year for the French presidential election, where emails from the Macron campaign were leaked. But Macron noted already that there could be a data breach, and so they initialized fake emails. When they know they are public, they know, oh, we were hacked. That's also a way how you could. And then the Equifax data breach. 1/3 of all tax data from US citizens were leaked. It's your social security number, every tax record, every medical record, everything. And with a leak from the Republican Party, which have nearly the same quality of data set, you can purchase data from every US citizens, every data which is important to you, really everything. You can purchase, if you have the money, the whole identity. Yeah, and this was due to a misconfigured system. In IT security, cybersecurity, some issues happen due to the human factor, social engineering, or lazy admins. They force the people to use complex password on the server. They have a password like admin1234. And then you are questioning why we have a problem. Okay, next one, Meltdown Inspector, which is at the moment in the news. It was known to the public on the 4th of January this year. Mitigation for this attack are through BIOS updates and operating system updates, which are still deployed. There's one vulnerability which is hard to update or to patch. The attack at the moment is very complex because you need to bypass operating system safeguards. It's really running on the hardware level. Yeah, it's a hardware vulnerability, and it's not by accident, it's by more or less purpose, because it's an architectural concept to make CPUs faster. They implemented a function which make the possibility for those attacks. It's called out-of-order management. And there are other processors like the Intel Itanium, which is an old CPU. They have in-order processing, and they have not this issue. Yeah, if not patched, it could be attack for a new vector for big attacks, because you also lost some computing power if you update the systems or install the patch for this vulnerability. On a home PC or work PC, normal PC, you think, okay, 6%, okay, it's okay. But on a server in a data center, 6% performance loss is a big number. Yeah, and here are the 3 vulnerabilities. You have Spectre 1, Spectre 2, and Meltdown. Meltdown is only related to Intel CPUs. Spectre 1 and Spectre 2 are related to Intel, AMD, ARM, and IBM power processors. ARM, there are different ARM. ARM is a company who only provides a design set, how to design a CPU. How the vendor design the CPU is their responsibility. That you don't know if your iPhone is vulnerable for Spectre and Meltdown. For Spectre, you don't know, because Apple don't show their design concept. Okay, then now we go to the business threats. These 5 people are, office most hunted who the cyber criminals are after. The IT manager, because he has access to systems and can do a lot. The HR people, because they are the most people who get files from external and they not so aware, or they have so aware about cybersecurity, and you can infect them very easily via files, because they get so many external files. They get Word documents and PDFs, and you can inject malware into Word documents. It's easy. Then the finance people, because they have the authority to do big wire transfers in the amount of millions and billions. And here I will show you later an example. The help desk. The help desk are also very valuable, mostly for social engineering, because they can reset your PC, they can create accounts, they can reset your password. And they are also used that they get external, they are mostly external somewhere else, and they don't know the people. And the last one, your C-suite level people, they are very busy and say, I don't care about mostly, because I am so busy, I will not be a target. You are thinking wrong. You are a very valuable target, because you have access to everything, and you can say to the people, give me access. Open me the port on the firewall, and nobody would say, no, I don't do it. They will do it. Okay, then business threats. Deception. I will show you an example. Sabotage. The second oldest business in the world, espionage. And blackmailing. That's more clustered, because there are a lot of threats, but you can cluster them because there are more or less types. One type is missing, which is now coming more and more. That is more abusing system resources from companies for illegal attacks or purposes. CEO fraud. I let you read this mail, if you can read it. So, finished? Okay, question to you. Who of you would do this wire transfer? Raise your hands. Who of you would do it? Okay, you are good. You are not fault victim to CEO fraud. Yeah, it's Sue, please do you have a moment? Okay. I'm tied up in a meeting and there is something I need you to take care of. Normal from CEOs, they are very busy and you need to do something. We have a pending invoice from our vendor. Normal, I would say. Some accounting people lost some vendor bills. I have asked them to email me a copy of the invoice. Normal business behavior. I will be highly appreciate if you can handle it before the close of banking transaction for today. Normal advice. Normal to do. I can't take calls now, so an email will be fine. Seems to be normal. It's not really special. The only thing which you have to look in such case, it's saying it's coming from your domain, but it's coming from outside the domain. There are emails around saying at yourcompany.com. They maybe changed only one letter, your ccompany.com, and most people don't look on the address. They think, oh, it's coming from my company.
Well, if Outlook, it usually only shows a name, then you have to click on it, and then it shows.
Yeah, it's you can.
This is already dangerous.
If you see only the name, then it's dangerous because you don't see from whom it's come.
Click to see the whole address.
Yeah, then it's okay. You can also enable it somewhere in settings that you see also the mail address. Yeah, there is also a mitigation for this. I will show you later. Yeah, and that's CEO fraud. A German car supply or a supplier for German car industry, they lost due to this attack 40 million euros and never get the money back. There was another company, they lost 80 millions due to this and they got the money back by luck. It's easy money. Send a mail coming from your boss. For example, if your CFO is new in the company, send them such mail.
I was wondering for a long time in this context, and recently in the media we could read about a skin case where someone called an old lady, and the lady was Googling the phone number, and because it's an internet phone, it showed the phone number of a police station.
Yeah, you can.
What do you think, how long does it take till we get emails where the email address is correct, but the link underneath is
You can get it already.
okay, so
You can already falsify the email header which is not shown in the program.
so it's actually, it's not.
It's the easiest way for the most user, because if you have spear phishing, which is this, it's more like deception to get money from you, but it's deception combined with spear phishing. You need very good luck to get it know that you are attacked. Even professionals have issues to detect today phishing mail from legal mails. There are systems they're sending out emails from weird email addresses with weird topics. They are legitimate and not a spam. If you are seen as target in a called advanced persistent threat attack where they are looking specific for you, you really need luck that you are not fall victim. They're doing very good investigation. Okay, next thing. Sabotage. Destroying systems or manipulating them. It can be done via bad USB, that I will show you later. Exploits, macros embedded in Word documents or Excels, and distributed denial of service attacks, where they are sending from your home devices attacks to your company to bring down your services. Goals for this could be take down a manufacturing plant that you cannot work, destroy assets, destroy the supply chain. They know with complex supply chain, if you destroy one point in the supply chain, the company can have issues and can run out of goods and need to stop the production. Think of cars. And can hit reputation. If you are an online bank and your bank system is down. Your customers are gone. Then the next one, espionage. Can be done via social engineering, like a mail from a good old friend. Please provide me some info about your company. Please provide me your account, and so on. Keylogger, they can be installed via hardware or via software, via an email and so on. Exploit markers could be the same to get into your network and get infos out. Goals, or why they do it, motivations, collect data for other actions. I want to get this data maybe from a hospital to see, okay, who has a specific disease that I can then send tailored phishing mail to gain access to a system to destroy a water plant, for example, or destroy a nuclear power plant. Nuclear power plant were already attacked via cyber attacks, but they have more or less air-gapped networks. And then the other one, gain advantages in businesses. Your research and development data, very valuable also to your competitors. Marketing strategies, client contacts. That's where your competitors or foreign intelligence are looking for. You have also business espionage. Okay, it's gaining advantage. Okay, next one, blackmailing. You have ransomware, they encrypt your data and want the money back from you. That's the friendly one. The bad one is the vipers. They also encrypt your data, but they don't provide you an encryption key if you have paid the money. Your data is lost. They destroy your data. Then what is also done, we do some script kiddies. DDoS attacks launched from AWS and Azure PCs to a company network. They say, please pay us a ransom or we will destroy your network. But you know, there are free accounts, you know, okay, in an hour it's gone. Yeah, and here, upcoming with the EU GDPR. Request ransom of breached data, or they will inform the authorities or show to the public that your database were not secured properly. And with the fines of the EU GDPR, when they were saying, give us 100 million US dollar, and you are a 10 billion US dollar company, no, 100 million, compared to the fine, it's cheap, and you will pay. Because you don't want to pay 400 million and have a reputation hit. Okay, then 5 minutes break, I have to set up the network. Okay, I hope you have had a good break, and now it's doing the practical stuff, some demo. Here you see the penetration testing hacking cycle. First, we start with reconnaissance, which is mostly used in military terms, and penetration testing is like a military exercise. It's really looking around, getting as much as information you can, and then getting in. For this, we're using Google hacking. It's not really dangerous as it sounds. People search, looking for people. And then when we have enough information, we go for scanning, looking around. A program which I show you is Nmap. It's a network scanner, which is open source and available, and it can show you a lot. The next thing is then gaining access. In this case, we are a USB stick, more in a lab condition, easy way. You can also gain access to a network via phishing mails, attacking a web server to get in, attacking the firewall if the company has a static IP address. There are different routes to get in. Then maintaining access to a remote shell. I will not show it because the device I want to use, I have some issues. There are devices on the market, they look ordinary, really ordinary, but they are dangerous. Then if you have maintained the access, you are going further, looking around, something interesting, and then you are attacking. It could be destroying or getting the infos out. In this case, USB kill. You will see it later. I know where the fire extinguisher is. I hope we don't need it. Okay, and when you have done, clear your trace that nobody finds you. That means clear all logs on network devices, but also clear and delete audit trails on computerized systems. That nothing is tracked there. If you hack a computerized system, you need also clear the audit trail there. Okay, then. Now we go to the practice. So that's a Linux distribution called Kali Linux. It's used most by penetration testers to do some penetration testing. So let's start with Google. We are looking for the company. Okay. We have here the website. A team page could be interesting. Contact us, for getting infos where they are sitting. Voting, not really. Oh, financial data could be interesting. LinkedIn page. That could be interesting. Oh, we have here something about consulting thing in Dresden. Let's take a look there. So, Facebook. Maybe there's something interesting about the company. So then, okay, there are some other companies. Oh, we have found already a picture of a person. Only looking for the company. Okay. Yeah, that's reconnaissance, Googling around, getting infos. Okay. No, okay, they are not so interesting. So, the website. That's the normal website. Does we have here some interesting info? Let's take a look. Okay, we have some info what they do. Yeah. Interesting. What's insights? Yeah, blog articles. Yeah, could be interesting, but not for us. We are looking more on this topic. So then open a new window and then Googling the name. Okay, let's take a look on LinkedIn. Seeing, we have some pictures. Okay, let's here, Twitter, private page. Okay, that's Facebook. So, a club, Google Plus, another club, another club, okay, and that's, more or less outdated things. So then, go back to the team side. Who does else work there? We cannot look for him. Nope. Nope. Oh yeah, she acknowledged that I can Google her. Okay, then we are looking for her. That is what the bad guys do, getting to know your organization and looking on your website what names there are. That's the easiest way. Later they look on LinkedIn, Xing, if they found something interesting. Okay, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. Oh, SoundCloud. Okay, it seems to be a more common name, then it's harder to find valuable information if you have a more common name. But they can look then for the city where you live and so on. So, go back, who else does we have? Oh, CEO. Interesting target. We can maybe use it for some attacks. Okay, maybe close some tabs, looking here further. Okay, we are a little bit about company. Oh, who is this guy? Does he work for the company or only providing services to the company? Okay, outdated company profile. Oh. So I go now logging in with my LinkedIn. The bad guys, they have mostly for such systems accounts, fake accounts or stolen accounts from somewhere. Okay, that's financial data. Oh, here we can get some more infos. Relations, changes, register number. Sometimes valuable information for specific attacks. Maybe sending a package or say, oh, we are offering here a special company. Do you not want to purchase it? In this area information could be interesting or valuable. So, okay, there's sitting, okay, that we saw already. That's the other affiliates. Okay, that seems to be new. Well, maybe later to see if we found already some infos for an attack. So here we have who works in, trainee. Let's take a look here. Yeah. Okay, so okay. That's okay. That's from the website. The picture. So, what else we have here? LinkedIn, Xing, at the normal business networks, Twitter. Oh, she published a book. Could maybe be valuable information. Or there's another book. Maybe look on this. So, okay. If we want more info, we need to log in into Xing. Oh, wait, we have here the row of her life. Not really interesting stuff. Right, there we have. Okay, that's another person. Okay, another person. There. Another one. So. Okay, not really interesting. Maybe to found something. So, Twitter, okay, IT security. Maybe is a hard nut to knock, because he knows he's not a good target.
Florian, what do you think? How long do they spy on one person? Like how much?
It depends what you want.
Do they use also computers to collect information?
Yes, there are scripts available where you can do it. So you can collect everything from a person with scripts and automated software, but you still do it manual, some stuff, and it depends what you want. For example, the NSA, they need to achieve their target in 2 to 3 days when they do a cyber attack. If not, they are going out. But if you are a bad guy and you want to get in, you can even track a person a week or more. It is what is the value? Risk-based evaluation. They're acting like we're risk-based. Okay, private home. Oops. Yeah. Okay, theater. Nice to know. Yeah. So. Could maybe be this lady. Oh, wait. Yeah, okay, no. So. Okay. This don't want. So, Oh, yeah, if they move on, they're looking really everything. If they have you as a target, they're looking really everything from you. They're searching hours, really hours to get infos from you. Okay, that's... Oh, wait. They are looking for a job, for an applicant. They're looking for people. Could be maybe a vector for an attack to say, I'm an applicant, here's my application. And they maybe click on this file and then I'm in the network. So we close here. We know already some stuff that we have. We know who's the CEO, we know who works also there. Could be valuable information. Then maybe let's take a look where, okay, that's this IP. Let's take a look if it is our own web server is this, then we have already a target where we can go, we are taking the server and going in. Okay, nope, not possible. Yeah. If you're on a shared web space, you have your webs on a shared web space, you are not so interesting because they cannot infect your network via the website. And then they're going, next thing is looking for mails. They're sending an email to your company mail, to an account where they know it will come back and that they see, okay, in this case, would be not really possible. So, and then they move on to things like this. I will pass it now around. You can look if you found something differently on this, if there is something strange, or if they look normal. Yes. So you can also look on this if you find something which says it's not ordinary. Okay. Okay. So I need now a voluntary who plug in this USB stick to this PC. This one. And so that the camera can see it. Choose a USB port which is in the back we have also one. So it says it's a keyboard. HID keyboard. What have you done?
I updated your computer. It's okay. It's all safe.
Yeah. This is fake update screen. You can also make upon.com. It's a script. You can say visit upon.com or every other sites. You can also download a remote shell program We are just stick installed on a PC and done. And most people don't look to PC, plug it in, and you're done. It is getting in. Now I would say we are in the network. We are connected to the system. Now we are looking around. What does we have here? Okay, we have a firewall. And 4 other devices. The last IP is this system, this virtual machine. Then we have this one, this unknown is the laptop. And so we are looking more in detailed on the machine. Does we have some open ports or other information which could be valuable for us? So that's this network scanner. You can do a lot. There are parameters where you can look around. You can also program this network scanner like that it makes no alarm on a firewall or intrusion detection system. It takes a time, but you can operate silently, that nobody knows that you are in. Yeah. Okay, yep. Everything closed. Okay, nothing interesting. Then we go to the next target. Oh. No, it's... No, I see I have a wrong value. It was C, there you get the... Oh, we have here an SSH key. We know this device has a remote shell, a remote system access like Telnet. Okay, and we know it's a Raspberry Pi because it reported already. Then take a look. Is there any standard login? Is the standard login active? And most small devices, the standard login is active and not deactivated. It could be for SCADA systems, it could be for your smart home devices. They have standard logins, and most you cannot change it or you forget it to change. And then there's a search engine called Shodan. You can search there for webcams and you can look in other people's basement what they are doing there. It's public on the internet. And you can see is there is somebody at home and you can go in, if not. So, default login. Oh, we have here the default login. Let's take a look if we can get into it. Okay, getting the key and then ach, Kacke, das Keyboard ist wahrscheinlich falsch. Ah ja. Ah, yeah. I typed 2 letters too much, and now we are in. Then we can look around if we have something interesting. Document seems to be interesting. Yeah, and you can move on and on and on. And the people there, they are curious, they're looking. Is there something interesting? They're moving on. And if they got to a wall, they're looking how I can get around this wall. If it is possible or not. And they can download stuff, can install stuff. It's possible. So, and now, I would say the attacker decided, so So jetzt I have to look where's the other stick. Yeah. So I need a second volunteer who want to plug in this stick. So you can decide if you want the small one or the big one. This or this.
This one.
Yeah, wait, I have to switch something that we can see anything. So there's USB. Okay, it's gone. Now we hope we can boot it up again.
I broke it.
Yes? Broken. Broken. Okay. We have another victim, PC. Who wants to be the next? It's the only chance in your life to do it. Hier einfach seitlich in USBs reinstecken. So. Ne, falscher Anschluss hier vorne. And so. 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 Now we will see if this PC comes up again. Okay. There they have protection on the motherboard for statics. This PC, not. If you have an iPhone, you can kill the iPhone with this. So, and it's some stickers you can put on your laptop or where you want. This thing costs 20 to 50 bucks on the internet. Yeah.
Is not the hard disk drive destroyed as well, or can you
No.
take it out and restore the hard?
The hard drive is not destroyed. It's only the main board is destroyed. And the CPU. Yeah, you can get the hard drive, but if you have a device like an iPhone is gone. And all data on it. So, and then So, and to mitigate those, there's a good advice from Bart Simpson. Don't share the password with your friends. There are still people you can go on company marketplace and say, oh, how is your password to your company account? They provide it to you. If you want to get information as hacker, ask the people. Social engineering, the weakest link in the chain. Okay, others, you saw the USB stick, an ESD shield. The stick can be used because it has a capacitor inside. You get the power from the power lanes, like normal USB, and then inject the power through the data lanes. And many PCs, they are not manufactured according to the USB standard. That's the reason why you can destroy the devices. For the other one, what you saw with the stick, who says I'm a keyboard and opened a terminal and opened a website. There are tools available, like from GData, who asked, do you want to plug in this keyboard? It can protect you. On Mac OS system, that's a default functionality. They ask if you plug in a stick like this, which is called bad USB, this attack, are you a keyboard or do you want to plug in this keyboard? In Linux, you need some tweaking on the console. Implement an information security management system. It helps you really. Train and sharpen the awareness of your users. That's normal stuff, but also of the IT people. The IT people think, I'm an expert, I don't fall victim to this. They fall, and also the board members, because they have the most power, the most access to everything, and they are, I'm busy, I don't care. Why I should care about information security or cybersecurity? I'm not a target, I'm not from interest. Think again. And they say something, we don't invest in IT security, that's useless money. Let someone getting in to do a pen test, getting some confidential data out and ask again, and what now? Or when they have a ransomware encryption case, after this they think, okay, I need to invest something. Then train security incidents. If you are a bigger company, you have security incident teams for things like this. Train them and also do data disaster recovery training. I prepared 2 years ago a disaster recovery plan for a client, and we executed this plan 2 times. We get to know the amount of time, how long it took to recover. And a few months later, the whole storage cluster of server cluster crashed. We had the time to say to the customers, okay, it takes 76 hours to restore everything. Then the user knows, okay, then I go home for 2.5 days or 3 days. I cannot work because all files are there and I cannot access them. Do data disaster recovery only to get a time who you can say to your users, it takes this amount of time, then we are back to operations. They are happy, they know when they are. When you don't have a time, they're asking when I'm back. And if you're a small company and you are the CEO to have to restore everything, you're very pissed off. Because the people are asking you, say, I have no time, I need to come back to business. Yeah, have a business contingency plan in place. We are now today dependent on IT. Information technology is vital for company success and survival. Have a BCP in place. What do you do when your server is down? What do you do when your whole network is down? Do you have an offsite location maybe where you can restore your whole company network? Things like this. Yeah, and ask people like me to do a vulnerability scan on your network to find unpatched systems which have known vulnerabilities. Because keep your system up to date is a good advice to keep the bad guys out, because many attacks are still due to known vulnerabilities. They are not patched. Sometimes it's not possible because the vendor don't want it, but it's better to do it. Yeah, set up security safeguards properly. That means that when you implement security policies or procedures implemented in a way like in the GXP world, that people follow voluntarily, that say, okay, I follow, and you have a high amount of security. That's the easy way. When they see that it's no extra work, okay, I do it. Then, in regards to phishing, there's one easy mitigation. It's the price of a sausage on the marketplace in Basel. Add a tag named external to each mail. It's a small setting in Outlook. But with CEO fraud, when you get receiving a mail saying I'm coming from your domain, but you have in front of external, then you think, wait a minute, why getting a mail from my boss from external? Making user aware. It's a matter of 4 to 5 minutes. If you have a good Exchange admin, it's a no-brainer. It is this amount of money you have to spend and you save this amount of money. Okay, and then also website filtering. That could be done via black or white listing, via web proxy. What you prefer. Blacklisting, you say websites they should not visit, and whitelisting, you say website they can only visit. Okay, then Outlook for this year. Okay, we have already 2 months passed, but there are still things to come. Here are the top 10 from ISACO, which they say are hot topics or cyber risk this year. Number 1, EU GDPR. The criminals know now that your data or private data is valuable. They have the value of oil due to the EU GDPR, and they know how to get money. As I told before, stealing the data, requesting ransom from you. Phishing and smart phishing, attacking the weakest link, the human sitting here in the room. Web applications attack, which is done since years, attacking websites, bringing websites down. 2 years ago, there was the website of an IT security blogger attacked by smart home devices with 600 gigabit per second traffic. A few weeks later, one of the biggest DNS providers in the world went down, attacked by smart home devices. We come late in this, it's also on the list. Malware, including ransomware, and today you have also fileless malware. They are not a file, they are loaded direct into your memory. You don't even know that there is some malware. PC, you start again and then data is gone, but on a server, they run 24/7. Easy money. Digital transformation, everybody wants to get digital, but nobody thinking about the pitfalls or the countermeasures they have to set in place that it's secure. You are dependent on IT, and if IT crashes, good luck to get back to operations. Existing vulnerabilities are still a hot topic. If you're working in a pharma company or other production company, look only on your production or lab machines, how they are up to date, if they are in an air-gapped isolated network. It's not so important. I had a case on a client in regards to this. A Windows XP machine used for some lab analyzing infected with a virus. This virus came into the network via a USB stick. If you have USB stick from vendors, let them check from your ID, are they okay? Because you have today, a lot of things are outsourced, that know the bad guys. They say, taking a USB stick like this to destroy machines, or the other one to gain access, saying, oh, I'm working for the vending machine vendor. Nobody would care about. And they are in your network. There are also other devices available. For example, USB Ethernet adapter. They look ordinary, but there's a mini PC where you can get remote access on it. Then, data theft, stealing data, still a big issue. DDoS, including Internet of Things DDoS, like this Myra botnet 2 years ago I talked already about. It could be that you have a life-saving surgery in the hospital and you're connected to a heart-lung machine which is connected to the internet, and your smart home at home kills you because it DDoS this heart-lung machine. Think about your home can kill you in the hospital. That's a real threat. By the way, the question is only of if it is possible for the moment. Then, IoT and smart appliances. There's small boxes installed somewhere. And the last one, unreliable external technology. For example, a cloud outage. What do you do when Amazon Cloud is down, or Microsoft Cloud is down, or Google Cloud is down? Can you still work? They have different data centers. If one is down and you have another one as backup data center, you are the company you thought about. Most companies has only one data center for their cloud services at a vendor. And if this data center is down, they cannot work. And if it is more than one day, they could maybe be out of business in a few weeks, depending what data you have. That's from the ISACO organization. Other slide. From a magazine called CIO, Crime as a Service. You don't need to be tech savvy anymore. The bad guys are not the guys with the hoodies sitting in a dark room. They are more like Al Capone. Today's cyber criminals are Al Capone-like. They put just services there. You can get there even services with a real help desk. Think about when criminals have the better help desk than your own company. There must be something wrong. The Internet of Things. Supply chain, still a weakest link. If the big companies like Novartis and Roche, the bad guys don't attack because they know they have good protection, I cannot get in. Okay, what are the vendors? Attack one of the vendors because they're small companies, they have not the budget, they have not the knowledge. And you can go into the vendor, infect the vendor machine or a client machine which connect to the vendor network and then going into this company network. There are lots of ways of possibilities. Regulation like EU GDPR. IT failed to address IT security and cyber security. Now the regulators will come up with regulations to protect the public. The only area where IT security is part of the market to get money is the cloud. It's the only area. Yeah, and unmet board expectations, that the board thinks, why I'm investing money there and no output. Problems you have in this area, a lot of tech-savvy people, but not so much management people. Okay, then my assumptions. Who knows this movie? It's a picture from a known movie. Yeah, I would assume that maybe we have a Die Hard 4.0 lookalike scenario this year. To remember, the US power grid is completely infected with malware. Only one person needs to push the button and then the US is down. That's already completely infected. And in this movie, it's from 2005, as I remember, and they're talking about a country shutdown. There it was only fiction. Today it's possible. There's a book called Blackout. German subtitle morgen ist es zu spät. If you don't read this book, read it. You feel, and if you have the knowledge about this, you think, shit, that's not fiction, that's not thriller, that's a prediction. The author have also had to change in the book some paragraphs that is not used as a guideline how to attack power grids. And that says something about the book and the reality. Then I would assume that we have this year maybe a major data breach by a cloud vendor or cloud outage. Which of the companies were it? We don't know. It could be due to Meltdown Inspector or another attack vector. We don't know. Patients killed by networked medical devices. Late last year, Abbott, former St. Jude Medical, got a product recall by the FDA, where every patient who had this pacemaker need to go to hospital to get a software update because they were vulnerable. You have today pacemakers with enabled unsecured Bluetooth. I was on a conference 3 years ago, but there was a security research, yet already pacemaker was young. And she talked about implemented, not enabled Bluetooth. They tricked around with pacemakers. When I was sitting there, I was ashamed working for the industry because I was thinking risk-based approach, and if you have such unsecure devices, okay, it needs 5 years to the market, but there was already an article from 2008 in the New York Times or Washington Post about how to attack a pacemaker. In these times, the power was not there, but today it's there. Or think about an insulin pump, which uses Bluetooth. Getting into the Bluetooth signal, saying, okay, now inject a lot of insulin. The person with diabetes is dead. Insulin shock. Yeah, and the last one, whole company network used for crypto mining. This is a new trend coming out called crypto checking. There are JavaScripts available which are used for websites to have another income instead of advertisement, to use the PC power for crypto mining. But bad guys use this script, inject it, for example, via the Google advertisement network onto YouTube and use your PC power, 80% of your PC. Normally you wouldn't recognize it. And YouTube is perfect for things like this because you stay a long time there. And if you have imagination, you can think about a lot. It's never ending. Okay. Yeah, the services we offer. We at Qualito offer a cyber security check. It's based on a guideline from the German BSI. And I am certified to do this check. I have an official certification, which is also in a register which will not work properly. Yeah, it's a technical issue. Then penetration testing for networks and servers, also social engineering. I saw videos. There was a lady, who did social engineering, played a video of a crying baby and said, and there was a journalist who wanted to be social engineered, and she called the bank, asked, oh, I married him, blah, blah, blah. And he said, I can get into this account. In 3 minutes or 5 minutes, she was in his bank account and had a second card and changed the PIN and the password for online banking. Social engineering. If the people are not aware, it's easy using the trust of people. Then information security management system implementation based on the ISO 20000 series and also on the BSI Grundschutz. They are today more or less the same. If you want to be certified for ISO 20000 in Germany, you need to implement an ISMS according to the BSI Grundschutz. Then IT security auditing. We have people, they have already audit experience and can walk around, can do a security check or a security audit. Is your stuff safe? Do you follow common practices? And there are companies, they say when you do a pen test, our network is secure. Please do it. After you have performed your test, you hear nothing from them. They are very silent then. And on request, if there is some demand, we can also offer managed services in regards to information security and cyber security. It could be auditing, but also operating systems like intrusion detection systems or firewall administration. Firewalls are very complex to administer, and you need really good people to do it. And yeah, also IT security awareness programs and training like this event today. We have, and if you like, I can come to your company and doing also a live demo about hacking, which is for some people very interesting. For myself, I was 6 years ago on such an event at Roche from another company, and it was interesting. There are some people who offer this. They're making you fear, but not explaining you how you can protect you. Others show you how to protect. And they showed there, this 6 years ago, also a smartphone to falsify your smartphone number. It's possible. Okay, and in the end, now that everything is connected, everything will get hacked. Thank you for listening. So, now it's time for your questions. Who want? Yeah.
So the 99-day timeline
Yeah.
that you mentioned in the beginning,
Yeah.
what can you do to get ahead of that?
That's a good
Maybe
question.
that's a stupid question, but
One thing is review logs. Most companies have logging activated, but they don't review their logs because it's amount of data you cannot review. You need systems to do it. Review your logs is the easiest way because there are traces mostly, but they are overseen.
so there's nothing you can do.
You can do by reviewing the logs, and that's why they come already down the number. I have measurements in place to see is there something going on.
Does
Look,
that shorten that window then?
yeah, it shortened it. Before it was 127 days.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yep.
Oh.
I don't. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's
But I'll have a good voice. Earlier today, you were talking about these patches which are protecting the computer if the software is wrongful.
yeah.
Is this an OS problem, or can it happen with Word, Excel, such programs as well?
It could happen with every program.
So you can, even if your OS is working properly, you can attack the computer by an updated Word program.
Yeah, you update it. You can infect computers via an update routine, or you can attack them because there are 0 days around, which are not mentioned. But there are 0 days around from vulnerabilities where the vendor have no clue that they exist. But they are a small number. It's more the current, not patch vulnerabilities.
And what do you suggest for the employees how to use the email? If they're getting spam,
Yeah,
those kind of emails.
one thing is don't use it for private properties. There are employees, they use it. And what I showed, mitigation, for example, adding this external tag on the exchange to say, oh, it's coming from external, be careful. And train the people. You can do phishing campaigns every quarter. They do a lot of companies where they test fishes to see are the people aware.
But in the middle of your presentation, you showed us an outlook, and there was written like unattach viruses and things like that without documents, anything anymore.
Yeah, that's the CEO of fraud. There you need to aware, and if you are account people, they use it because they know most account people, they don't ask the CEO, should I really do this wire transfer? They don't ask, that's company culture.
I mean, just like the emails coming in, and then you get infected already.
Yeah, that's already possible with Outlook.
What should we do?
Have a good antivirus on your Exchange server. That's the only mitigation you can do. There are, I think it was 1 or 2 weeks ago, I read it that there are already mails. Only if the preview window is open in Outlook, you are already infected.
I'd like to share a last story of Threatify. His son was working in a logistic company, and they received an email, an invoice of the contractor of that. He called this company, and they told him, yeah, it's all good. And he transferred the money, and it was a scam. This is internet.
Yeah,
Internet phone, internet.
yeah. The C-level, that's the fraud, CEO fraud or other frauds. Yeah, and they are changing also. They have also, what I mentioned, they have also sometimes hotlines and numbers where you can call. Then you have to call the real number and maybe look also in further invoices, are the numbers still correct? There's a video from a platform where I can do short videos for IT security training called Homeless Buyer, where some people did a transfer to get a flat and sold the old house and now living on the street.
Maybe one addition to Magdalena's question before, when you were this social engineering Googling search, there are common tools on the market like the meta machines.
Yeah.
Copernic was one on the PC, D1 is one on the Apple, where you actually type in the name and it even shows you up in a kind of neural network or the connections, etc. So that's common tools. Maybe a question to the Petya or non-Petya. You mentioned, it's been it started with let's say software update from an Ukrainian company. Is it now known how exactly that was? The vendor of the software update was actually hacked?
It seems that the vendor was hacked or somewhere included. It's also possible with Microsoft operating system updates that you can inject malicious code into the update routine. It's possible. At the moment, they have maybe good safeguards in place. That's not done so far. But you never know. In this area, nothing is secure 100%. There's always a blind spot.
Thanks.
So, to be a successful hacker,
do you have to be underground? And if you're really good, you will draw attention and get hired by governments.
Yeah, the most good hacker stock is child, not in primary school, but in secondary school, the most good ones. And it's depending what is your mind, why you do it. Do it for money, do it your fame, or do it for political reason. If you do it for money, sometimes you change then from the bad side to the good side. But there are also people who studying IT security from the good side turn to the bad side. You have these three head colors, white, gray, and black. White are the good, gray, you don't know which direction, black are the bad ones. There are a lot of IT security professionals that went to the dark side and were sent to prison.
And others are disappeared.
Yeah, or they said, I don't do it anymore. Okay. No more questions?